Lap dancing teachers. We expect teachers to have a level of maturity and decision-making which is better than that of kids they are teaching. These two teachers at a Winnipeg high school show that this isn't always the case. During a school spirit rally, the male and female teachers began what can only be called a lap dance in front of the whole school. With the music blaring, the teachers began grinding and gyrating and even simulate oral sex at one point. Students and coworkers were more than shocked, and the two teachers were suspended without pay, following what some have dubbed 2 teachers, 1 chair. The mouth taping teacher. Have you ever had a teacher tell you to stop talking and do your work? Odds are, if you kept talking, your teacher didn't tape your mouth shut. That can't be said for one middle school teacher in Florida. Frustrated because one 13-year-old girl wouldn't stop chatting with her friends, the teacher took out a roll of tape and proceeded to cover the student's mouth. When the girl removed the tape to cough, the teacher just added more tape. The teacher in question said the whole event was just a joke, but the school decided differently and reassigned the tape-happy instructor to a new location. The erotic story teacher. We all remember having to read the classics in our high school English class. Students at one British school got more than they bargained for when they came across an erotic novel published online by their English teacher. The novel had characters clearly inspired by certain students in the class and made numerous sexually explicit observations. Not ashamed of her publication, the teacher even read out excerpts from her creation to the class in order to inspire them. In an interesting twist, students and parents supported the teacher. The school did not, and the erotic novelist was fired from her job. The drunk teacher. Okay, so coming to any job drunk is bad. One California teacher just didn't see it that way. After getting liquored up, the teacher in question decided heading off to work was a good idea. What's an even better idea? Taking an extra drink with you to enjoy while teaching. We can't imagine what trying to teach a group of middle school students while intoxicated would be like, but the school decided it wasn't going to risk it and called the police to intervene. In any event, the teacher was arrested and she was immediately put on leave from her post. The abusive teacher. One Reddit user recounted that while in 5th grade, he suffered from dyslexia and was often believed to be dumb because his marks were always so low. In mathematics, however, he excelled. One time after a test, the student got every answer correct and finished before the rest of the class. The teacher didn't think that such a result was possible and accused the boy of cheating. After giving him a new test, the teacher locked the boy in a cupboard so that there was no way he could cheat again. The boy completed the test with the same result, which so infuriated the teacher that she hit him with a belt. The sick and disgusting teacher. This former 3rd grade Los Angeles teacher truly qualifies as despicable and disgusting. Over Mark Burn's career, students had raised allegations about inappropriate behavior from the teacher. Then, photo evidence appeared a few years ago which made everyone take notice. Pictures showed Burn had been doing such vile things as putting cockroaches on his students or feeding them semen-covered cookies. Needless to say, this teacher is spending a long time behind bars, and the victims have won a settlement of $140 million. The sex tape teacher. In the celebrity world, the sex tape is a common thing which often accidentally gets leaked. In the teaching world, it's not common unless you were students in one particular 5th grade California class. As a year-end surprise, teacher Crystal DeFonte had made the children each a DVD to take home with them which contained memories from the school year. Unfortunately, some careless editing meant that children who watched the DVD of class memories saw it abruptly cut to a scene which had Miss DeFonte undertaking some of her own extracurricular activities. The Godfather teacher. Some students can be really annoying, but teachers must never resort to physical violence to solve the problem. Like Don Corleone, one Florida teacher, Drew DeHart, had her henchmen do the job for her. In this instance, the henchmen were a group of 8th graders who DeHart sent to collect a student who had been rude to her. Surveillance footage from the school showed the posse attack and then carry the boy all the way to the teacher's classroom, where he was forced to apologize for his behavior. Unlike Don Corleone, this charge stuck and DeHart in question was fired from her position. The humiliating teacher. School can be a tough time for kids, especially if they are dealing with bullies. It's even harder if one of the bullies is your teacher. One special needs high school student from Illinois found this out in class one day. As the teacher drew a picture of a monster-like figure on the board at the front of the class, the student began recording on his phone. What he captured was the teacher writing "Steven's ugly ass" besides the image, Caught red-handed, the teacher was immediately and unsurprisingly suspended from their duties. The air freshener teacher. This British teacher, in charge of 3 to 6-year-olds, surely ranks up there as one of the worst teachers ever. Elizabeth Davies treated her small students no better than animals, and sometimes worse. If her Asian students smelled of curry or onions, Davies was known to spray them with air freshener. If a student wet their pants, she would make them stand on some newspaper and wait for their parents to come get them. Davies was fired from her position, and we imagine that she won't be getting a job anywhere near children anytime soon. We hope you found these teachers' actions as repulsive as we do. Here's some other videos that maybe you might like. And don't forget to click that subscribe button.